So I don't like to trade her. I always name her, because sometimes the DAX behaves like a bitch. You never know what she's up to. And
right, I think it's time for us to get on to our first trading challenge today, and that is having a look at the relevant stock market, the indices that you're interested in, and perhaps maybe even taking a trade if there is one as well. Would you like to have a look at some for us first, Salah?
Yeah, okay, we can do that. I can start. I can share my screen with you guys. Just give me 1 second. I want to check the DAX actually. So, can you see my screen?
We can now, yes, and we can,
okay, perfect.
See all those squares. Are these your famous bands you were talking about?
Yeah, these are my bands, the Bouhmidi Bands. What I actually typically try to do is, if we see, and today we started really good in the DAX, almost 2% higher, 1.7% higher. You know, it's a roller coaster. The last weeks we go up, we go down in almost every market, and this is something what we can use for us for trading. So what I do, I try to find some reversal spots at the upper and lower Bouhmidi band. Today we started with a gap up, and I think this is already a lot of gains that we have created. I think that the DAX will move down, not too much, but we will lose a bit of this momentum, and that's why I directly try to find a new setup, and I will trade. Just let me go to the platform. Let me just reshare my screen with you guys. Chrome tab, 8cap web trader. So what I directly will do is I will set up trades with the DAX, shorting the DAX actually.
Okay.
Oh. What's going on here? Shorting the DAX with a smaller size, starting with a smaller size.
Boom, first trade, we like it.
Yeah. So what I think, or what I anticipate, is heading down. I mean, we started with a huge gap up, and I think there's room to, room to corrugate a bit this move that we have seen in the morning till the next 2 hours, I guess.
Okay, just very briefly, the DAX changed from 30 companies to 40 companies within the past few months. Have you noticed any change in behavior or personality of the DAX in that respect?
Actually not. I mean, we have seen that this is a good measurement that DAX was broadened to DAX 40, but it's still, for me, it's still an old-fashioned museum index with classical equities, which might trend now, because we see a big rotation from tech to value. Interest rates we are talking about interest rate hikes in the US, and we will do the same in the European zone in the next time. So we know interest rate hikes are poison almost for tech. And the German DAX is not so tech heavy, so it might have a good chance in the next coming months.
Yeah, I think for me as well, somebody looks at the DAX, I've not really noticed any changes in behavior or anything like that. Right, thank you very much for that. Dirk, what European markets are you looking at? Are you also looking at the DAX?
Well, first of all, I need to say what Salah said is, mostly true. And just
which bits were wrong?
One thing on top is that I have the opposite way, or that the DAX is a little bit more tanking the next weeks to come, and just because of one reason. We are one of the countries here in the Eurozone and in the European Union 27, just kind of blocking that kind of embargoes right now of Russian gas, because we badly need it. You can't cut off 80 million people which are reliant on energy, and they are sadly reliant on Russian energy. Let's say buttheads here in the German politics the last 15 years badly slept or whatever they did. But they steered it in that direction, that we have a 50%, 55% share of Russian gas we badly need, and we can't cut off from one day to another. It's not working. So it won't be anything like a nice scenario, but just imagine We are thinking about we could something like arrange an energy embargo. What if, let's say, Putin just cut off the energy? What happens? We are truly fucked. That's the thing. And imagine all the kind of energy-related businesses in the German DAX, for example, the auto industry, the chemical industries like the big BASF or Bayer, whatever. They will suffer. So that's just one way of course, of looking at it. I hope this won't come through and I'm wrong. Everything would be nice. I can live with that.
Yeah, the dreadful situation we're seeing in Russia, Ukraine does have the potential for huge volatility, and like you say, the potential with the gas and oil at the moment. It's interesting that during even the height of the Cold War, that natural energy was never even cut off then. So whether it will now, who knows? But yeah, I mean, it could happen over a weekend, and we could see the most horrendous gaps up or gaps down. So it all comes back down to sort of risk management. Are you seeing any opportunities in the indices at the moment, looking at that you would be able to trade?
Well, if you check that out, maybe I just see that kind of a chart analysis. You see, maybe I shared the screen. You see the chart.
Yeah, we can see that.
Yeah, so just imagine that is a long-term picture, of course, just to have an impression what was going on the last years. And I mean, you see that so-called COVID-19 crash or COVID-19 mega dip here, and you see that Fibonacci retracement analysis with all these kind of levels, and you see that all the way back up here to that record high of 16,290, right? So you see that there is another Fibonacci analysis from that record high going down to that 12,431.68 here we had the last time. So you see all these kind of additional. You see that moves of the green last time, the pre-COVID high, and you see that green zone here. That's a neckline, and we already came back from that dive here. We already came back into that neckline here, and even scratched the EMA 100 here. So we are definitely here at the back at that 100% level around the 14,800s. So this is a level for the bulls to touch in the bigger picture of a couple of days or in 1 week. And there's the next level to be touched to the downside. That's the old pre-corona crisis high level at 13,795. So just saying it from a longer term perspective, that's where the DAXi or that kind of a crazy index is moving right now. So I don't like to trade her. I always name her, because sometimes the DAX behaves like a bitch. You never know what she's up to. And let's see if that kind of dip into that pre-corona crisis high really starts. I would buy here. I would buy here in that area, and I would sell in that area from the